Welcome back. You might have noticed some similarities between the way Elon Musk is trying to reduce the size of the federal workforce and the way he took over Twitter. Federal workers received the Trump administration's deferred resignation offer in an email entitled, quote, "Fork in the Road." That is the exact same subject line of a 2022 message sent by Musk to employees at Twitter. Our Ed O'Keefe spoke with a worker at the Veterans Benefits Administration who took the federal buyout offer.
Did you think to yourself, maybe this is too good to be true?
And once the acting secretary of the VA flat out, it said, this offer is valid, it's legal, and it will be honored. What more do I need?
Ed O'Keefe joins us now from the North Lawn of the White House. Ed, you also spoke with a former Twitter employee about the federal buyout offer and these similarities. What did you learn?
Yeah, that's right, Major. There are thousands of former Twitter employees who are fighting to get severance for being, in their view, wrongfully laid off, or at least laid off without compensation. And in talking to them, they continue to see real striking similarities between how he operated that company once it was purchased and what's going on now at the federal government. Perhaps the most striking detail I didn't realize was that when he purchased Twitter, he sent in Tesla officials to sort of look over the shoulders of these people and get a sense of what exactly was going on at Twitter. Not unlike these DOJ officials that we've heard about going into federal agencies. So we spoke with one of these Twitter employees, former Twitter employees, who asked us to shield her identity. You start seeing Elon Musk now running the federal government, offering federal employees a fork in the road.
Yeah.
What did you think?
It's a lot scarier, to be honest. Twitter is a social media company. The federal government does a lot of really important work, and I am just really worried for some of those people. Not knowing what's coming. Like I'm very empathetic and sympathetic to their position.
This employee advises those in the federal workforce to, if they can, find a way to get out as fast as possible, because in this employee's view, at least, the situation is only likely going to get more chaotic and much more difficult to actually do your day job, Major.
And Ed, you also spoke to a lawyer who represents some ex-Twitter employees. What did that lawyer offer in terms of perspective on all this as it plays out?
Yeah, Shannon Liss Reardon is the one that's representing about these 2,000 employees and is also quite struck by the similarities in what went on at Twitter and what's going on in the federal government right now, in part because ultimately what he did at Twitter is is costing that company much more. Take a look.
It's one of the ironic things about what's happening is that he claims that he's, again, trying to help our country by cutting costs. And he's really just creating a morass of legal claims that the federal government will have to defend. I mean, think about this. This means the federal government, you and I, taxpayers, will now have to pay for the defense of the claims that Elon is creating. It's not his own money. He's creating all of these legal liabilities for the federal government, which taxpayers will have to pay for.
And Ed, there's a pesky Congress question here, because it's not Elon Musk's money that's going to finance these buyout offers. Congress is going to have to do that. Is there any sense that these people you talk to are fearful for the federal workers, that what they signed up for, they may not get?
There is fear of that, not only among those we spoke with here, but among union representatives for them, congressional Democrats who are likely to stand in opposition to anything the Trump administration tries to do with budgeting and spending in the next several months. And in talking to that employee who we heard from at the beginning, a guy named Cole Crackey, whose last day at the office is today, he says he's confident he will ultimately get paid because the VA has told him he will, because the Office of Personnel Management has told him he will. He had to sign a deferred resignation agreement 3 times, 3 different versions of it, as they amended the wording in there about the legality of this and the assurances that workers would actually get paid. And buried in that agreement is something that says he forever waives his right to sue or seek arbitration against the VA should something go wrong. So at this point, his legal options basically don't exist. And Shannon Liss Reardon, that attorney, and others have said that they are on the lookout now for concerns those workers may have and whether they may still have some kind of legal remedy, and also for examples of whether any federal employee coming in the next several weeks or months starts getting fired for cause or because of something in their past or in their present regarding their political persuasion or whether they've signaled any loyalty or opposition to the president. Once those kinds of examples surface, if they do, Shannon Liss-Riordan said, the lawsuits are going to come flying, and it's going to get awfully expensive for the federal government as they try to settle those situations. Major.
Ed O'Keefe on the North Lawn of the White House. Thank you very, very much.